Monday. It's July 13th. It's a little after 8 on Monday night. The board just finished a work session. Um, Real quick, a lot of questions. What's a work session? So, a work session, they typically talk about one specific topic, this being a task force meeting and what reopening could look like in our district, whereas a full board meeting has committee reports, voting, etc. So they had a work session tonight. So let's start off with some questions people have. Questions about quarantining, questions about sick time, questions about what if your kid goes to one district and you're in Nashua or vice versa. Um, every time we answer one question, there seems to be 25 other questions. So I don't have a lot of answers right now, and I think that's because we don't know what our model is going to be. One thing Dr. Mosley did say tonight is that going back to school in September, like a normal start, is out of the question, in his opinion. So that leaves us with a hybrid model and a full remote model. And all the above have issues. I get it. There's transportation issues, there's cleaning issues, there's sanitizing issues, there's PPE issues, there's servicing special ed students, there's ELL concerns for those students, there's concerns for our staff, there's concerns for our kids, there's concerns for parents, there's concerns for childcare if we do hybrid, there's concerns for childcare if we do full remote. So many concerns, so many issues, not a lot of answers right now. So we are keeping track of your questions. We will try to answer them as we have answers to them. As soon as we have answers to a lot of those big questions, we'll send them out. I'll get on here with a shirt that I could wear and show you. It's not that my shirt is inappropriate or anything. It just says, please cancel my subscription to your issues. Like, not appropriate for my video tonight, but you can see it and it is what it is, right? It's all in good fun. You got to keep a little brevity. And, sarcasm is my favorite thing, as you all know. Here's a few things that I do know. There is going to be another survey going out to parents about whether or not they'd send their kid in a hybrid model or not. I think a lot of questions would be, what would that hybrid model look like? And I don't think we have any answers on what that looks like, because everyone has their own opinion. And that's one thing that I've learned in my role as president of the union. Not everyone's going to be happy, and I'm just reading that in the comments. And what will the hybrid look like? I have no idea. The task force is meeting again tomorrow to start looking at things from the subgroups. There were 17 subgroups that met. I guess there is quite a bit of data to review, so we'll start going through that. The executive board's meeting Wednesday to continue our discussions. One thing that stood out to me tonight in all of this was a comment from Dr. Mosley that said something along the lines regarding the staff and the faculty of the district. And he said they mean something. And then he expanded upon that. But what stood out to me is that the safety of our staff was paramount, which is a big relief for a lot of us. Now, I don't think for any minute that the safety and staff of all of you and us was in question. But hearing it said out loud from the superintendent of schools to the school board in public is, I think, a very important thing to hear. He said that he wanted to work with me and the union on what things might look like for our faculty and staff that fall under our 4 collective bargaining units. He said we have to be mindful that our teachers and staff may have their own pre-existing conditions. They may take care of people with pre-existing conditions, and he acknowledged that we need to work with all of those people. And that's very promising for me as the person who will sit across the table, ultimately negotiating what I would assume would be a memorandum of understanding to document all of these things. And a memorandum of understanding doesn't mean there's a lack of trust or anything. MOUs are used all the time for things to acknowledge that they happened and that we agree upon it. Um, we've done MOUs for school year, school day things before. We've done MOUs for all sorts of things, and it's just simply an agreement that we acknowledge things. Some are easier to do than others, but the fact that he said that out loud really resonated with me, and I think a lot of you as well. So, the health department spoke. Once this is posted, that video, I'll share that because she had some excellent information. If you've never met Bobby Bagley, she's the director of public health here in Nashua. We are so fortunate to have someone of her caliber working in our city. She's articulate, she's smart, she does her homework, and she provided facts for us to consider. Obviously, if kids are in school and staff and, the social distancing thing, well, what does that look like? I know some of our classrooms and workspaces don't have windows or access to the ventilation system in the school, and the ventilation system in our schools are less to be desirable, but that's not a surprise to any of us or to the district. It all comes back, funny, to funding. You get what you pay for with HVAC systems. Yes, there are filters and things, but what do you do in classrooms that don't have access to that? We have many schools with no windows in certain parts of the classrooms, whether that was by design or just how it is. So there's a lot to take into consideration here. Teaching kids about wearing masks. She mentioned we teach them about, coughing into the elbow and fist bumps and all that. I agree that we can do some of that, but I think some of that goes back to parents encouraging their students to wear masks if that becomes a thing that we need to do. And where are these masks coming from? Where's the PPE coming from? Who's paying for all the sanitizer and cleansing materials and what we need? We do have some CARES Act money. I believe it's around $3.6 million. But in a district our size, that's not a lot of money. So there's a lot of things still left up in the air. And I know that usually in the summer, this is our time to rest, rejuvenate, but I can tell you this has probably been a stressful summer for everyone, myself included. You all know I have 3 kids. 2 of them are school age, and I, worry about them. But I'm a teacher, and I worry about my colleagues. I worry about the people working in our schools and what that's going to look like. I said today to someone I would give my left arm if we could go back full time normally. We all know, as I said in my letter today, the importance of education with our kids in front of us, whether it's small group, whole group, one-on-one conferences, partner work, group work, self-directed learning. You need to be there. Most of our kids need that direct instruction in front of us, and that goes to every student in our district. So what we're going to do as we keep moving forward, I will continue to bring you updates, whether it's from my living room, my office, or my happy place, which is where I am right now. I should probably remember to bring an NTU shirt or something so you're not seeing my obnoxious t-shirts that say other things. Like, I got one in the drawer that says breaking news. I don't care. I do care. I just like wearing funny shirts. Just so people understand, the district did put in an order for PPE masks, specifically the ones that we might use with our hard of hearing or deaf students, or for our speech language pathologists and special educators of that sort, that are clear, because seeing the mouth and such is an important factor for many people in their jobs, and they haven't come in yet. And that's not, are we surprised by that? No, everyone's trying to order the same thing to do the same things we're doing. So I know there's a lot of questions that I can't answer yet, and I am sorry that I can't answer them, because I think I like to think that when people ask questions that I can give them answers that will help. And I don't have answers to help, and I'm sorry for that. And I know people are going to yell at me for saying I'm sorry, but I truly am, because a lot of the questions you have are the same questions that I have that I'd like answers to. So as we have information and updates and things like that, we will share them through video chats. We will post them on our website. We will send them through the board of directors. And we will get you the information as soon as we have it available. And real quick, that where can we see the replay? When the replay of the meeting is available through YouTube, I will post it on this platform or in our Twitter account as well. So I hope you have a great night. I hope you all are enjoying the summer, trying to relax a little bit and enjoy some time away. You've definitely deserved it. There is no final decision date yet, which is somewhat annoying. I heard the end of July, and now I'm hearing the beginning of August. I'm like, we start August 27th. So I don't know. I'm sorry. Again, I don't have an answer for you. But keep your questions coming. Please bear with me. All three of my kids are with me, so I'm trying to entertain them as well. So if I don't answer you right away, I promise that I will get back to you even with an I don't know, or we'll look into it, because we are seriously looking into everything for you. So again, have a great night. I will probably catch up with you later this week. There is another regularly scheduled Board of Education meeting Wednesday night. And the big topic on there is whether or not they're going to continue to meet remotely or go back to in person. I'm all for in person because they need to hear the public comment from you and from me and anyone else that wants to do it. So updates as I have them for you. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you next time.